I work with insects because I think they're really misunderstood creatures and I think they're really beautiful, but that beauty is underrated because of how small they are, so I make them larger in my work so that people can really appreciate them better. Hi, my name's Izzy and I study fine art at the University of Brighton. I create large-scale crochet sculptures of insects like this spider. My work explores themes of nostalgia, whimsy, and nature. When I was younger, I really liked insects. I used to make homes for them and I would observe them in my garden. And I just thought they were really interesting creatures. So in my work, I want to explore that more. So making them bigger mimics how I saw the world when I was younger. Having my creatures scaled up in my work is important because I like that it makes us seem small and the creatures seem larger than us. I like that it subverts the way that the world actually is and creates more of a fantastical, magical scene. I want people to feel like they've stepped into another world, and I want them to leave with a better appreciation for insects and other small creatures. So I first got interested in art when I was little. My sister was really good at art and I wanted to be like her. So I then learned mostly drawing and painting, and then I got into realism and I did a lot of portraits, but then I got a bit bored of that, so then I moved on to paintings of insects. Then I got bored of that again, so I moved on to crochet, and that's where I am now. But when I improvise my own patterns, I tend to just go with the flow and try and picture the shape I want to make, and then with my knowledge of all the stitches, just materialize it. But it can get really complicated, and when it does, I then write things down to get it out of my head. But it involves a lot of maths, which I don't love. I chose to study fine art at Brighton because I thought Brighton would be a really cool place to live. There's a lot of creative people here and I love that it's by the beach. My art teacher originally recommended it to me, and when I looked into the course, I thought it was perfect for me because of how much freedom it allows you. It doesn't give you specific tasks to do, you can just make whatever you want. I love being based at the city campus because of how close it is to everything, like the beach, the lanes and all the shops. And I love how everyone here is really creative and it makes me feel really motivated and inspired. The tutors are great at helping me develop my ideas. They always seem really invested in my work and they make me feel excited about what I'm making, which is really good. During my time at Brighton Uni, I've learned that experimenting with my work is really important. I used to hate experimenting with things and I wanted to keep doing what I knew I was good at, but I learned that experimenting is the best way to find your art style, because if I hadn't experimented, I wouldn't be working with crochet now. I've also gained a lot of confidence in presenting my work to others. I am much more confident in my work now than I was at the beginning of the course. I find myself being proud of my work instead of questioning what went wrong or what I could have done better. This is the first piece that I made. I made this in second year for the first exhibition I did with my collective. It was the first piece I made with crochet on canvas. I then really fell in love with this art style, so I made this piece. This was for my second exhibition with my collective. Since starting the fine art course at Brighton, I've joined a collective of students called Ugly People Having Fun. We've done 2 exhibitions so far and we have one coming up. It all started when a few of the students went out for pizza and they got talking to the owner of the pizza place who offered up the space for an exhibition, which is a great example of how supportive the Brighton community is of fine art students. And then they invited more people from our course that we're friends with or close to in the studio. And there's a group of about maybe 13 of us now. And there's a few people from other courses as well. And then from there, we've sort of sought out different venues that we can exhibit at. This is the largest piece I've made so far, and I really love how large scale it is. I'm now working on this mantis piece, which will hopefully be as large as the spider. I'm about halfway through. I need to make the legs and the tail and then paint the body. These are prints that I sell on my Etsy. I do small, medium and large sizes. They're photos of my crochet work as well as paintings. The most challenging part of my course has probably just been third year, preparing for the grad show. It's just a lot of stress, a lot of work to get done. The most rewarding part of this course is seeing my work exhibited in a gallery space. Each year, we can exhibit our work in an exhibition with the uni. It's a great opportunity to learn how to curate an exhibition, working with other creatives and with the tech team to put up our work.